Rush Limbaugh.
The Republican Party is making the conservative movement too, making a big mistake in planning for the future. You hear things like, well, Republican Party needs to identify the middle class, the Walmart voters, and come up with policies for them. And then we've got to come up with policies for the Hispanics because they hate us due to illegal immigration. That's the way the Democrats do that. You put people into groups, then you victimize them and give the victims power over the majority because they then have grievances that are non-existent, that have been made up, and the majority gets cowed into fear because they don't want to be complained at and they don't want to be blamed. So, okay, whatever you want. You want health care? Fine. Go get it. What made this country great is the recognition by our founders that individuals are all created equal, endowed with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. If you look at the Democrat Party, are they for life? Folks, they're the party of abortion. Liberty? These are the people that are trying to pass any law they can to restrict where you can go, what you can do when you get there, where you can eat, what you can smoke when you can't smoke, what kind of baby you can have, all these things. Pursuit of happiness? I have yet to see a happy liberal. I've yet to see a happy Democrat. They're always angry about things. What we need to be doing is Reagan, very simple, made the people of this country understand that its greatness is due to them. They're the ones who make the country work, not policies, not laws, not committees in Congress and so forth, and not cult heroes or personalities, but individual freedom, people excelling, doing whatever they wish to whatever desire they wish to work, hard work, to become the best they can be. Self-interest is different than selfishness. People working in their own self-interest benefits the family, the neighborhood, the community, the state, the city, the whole bit. And this is what I think the message that the Republican Party and conservatism has lost. The blueprint for landslide electoral victory is right there, and the Republican Party and the conservative movement has just flushed it away.
But I keep reading that guys like Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity and conservative Mark Levin, the great one, our friend, that we're taking the party, pulling the party way far to the right, and that the real answer is to moderate. You David Brookses of the world.
You know, I read those things and I listen to these wizards of smart on our side go on these cable networks and say, yeah, well, the problem is that Limbaugh and Hannity have moving the party too much to the right. And Colin Powell says, yeah, the Republican Party stopped listening to Limbaugh. Well, excuse me. We haven't pulled the party to the right at all. This party has gone to the left. It's gone to the center. We haven't done this. They got the candidate they wanted. I know Senator McCain's a friend of yours. They got the candidate they wanted. They got the campaign they wanted, and they lost huge. And the reason they lost huge is because in a contest of group politics, the experts are going to always get group votes before the pretenders will. And we were pretenders trying to get the group. We got to go get the Hispanics. We got to be moderate. We got to prove we can walk across the aisle. The era of Reagan is over. I never hear Democrats talking about walking across the aisle. I never see any of them praise each other or brag about the fact that they do it. They brag about the Republicans that they destroy. They brag about the Republican bills, legislation that they defeat. We have, the people that are running our party now have such a defeatist inferiority complex. They want to be accepted by people that hate them. They want to be accepted by people that despise them. It makes no sense to me. It's a bill of goods, and a lot is going to depend on how long the media sticks with this. I think they can't let him fail, and there are enough Americans who are simple sponges that watch news twice a week, believe what they see, and are done with it. The culture, we've lost the culture, Sean. We have lost pop culture. It is unrealistic to expect that people watching MTV, going to see the rot Hollywood's putting out, listening to the rot music is today, and every 4 years they're going to go to a voting booth and vote Republican or conservative. And this is something that we haven't even addressed publicly in an electoral way, a strategic way, but that's going to have to be done as well. But if he's a big failure in reality, will the media portray it that way?
At some point, it's got to become him.
No, wait. See, I got arguments with people about this. To this day, FDR is still a hero. And true. Hoover is the idiot. Hoover is the guy that broke the country. If the media wants to prop somebody up, they will do so. Liberalism in the media, a series of myths. One of the myths is that the Kennedys are smart. Caroline Kennedy, you know,
You know?
There's so many myths that liberalism is built on that have to be covered. Liberalism cannot cannot deal with the light of truth being shined on it. There's two sets of rules, one for the dominant left and one for everybody else. And Geithner, for example, you use him, he's too important. He's the only guy that understands this. So this is everybody does. That's the constant excuse. Everybody has sex with their intern. Everybody, leaves the stain in the blue dress. Everybody does this.
Rush Limbaugh did it. It'd be a different story. Let me ask you about the outgoing president. I appreciate the fact that George W. Bush went for an NSA program, a Patriot Act, enhanced interrogations, used all his political capital, sacrificed any public opinion approval numbers, and at the end of the day, it reformed our national security, kept the country safe. You don't hear a good word about him.
No,
what are your thoughts about him? What are your thoughts?
I think he's a decent man. He had a reverence for the office. That's why he didn't get partisan. He thought it was irreverent to turn the Oval Office or the office of the presidency into a partisan strategic battle place. He just didn't want to do it. He was content to let history be the judge. I think I heard Rove say, even on your network, that they miscalculated in not firing back on some of these things often enough, because the president is the leader of his party and as such the leader of his troops. And while he's being criticized to smithereens, everybody who voted for him is at the same time. And those people need leadership. The American people crave leadership. Our side doesn't offer any electoral leadership. There's not one elected official that is offering our side any leadership. That's one of the things Obama does. He makes people think he's leading them. He inspires confidence in them. And we have to admit that. And it's not going to help us to continue to cave and invest our hopes in him. I know what our strategy. They're hoping he fails so they can go back. We wanted him to succeed. We gave him everything we got. We worked with him, but that's not how it works. It's because whenever they fall out of unison with him, if they do, the attacks on them are just going to be vicious.
It's coming.
It's coming. They should know that it's going to happen no matter what they do, so do the right thing.
I'm not a crook.